There's a persistent image of the modern entrepreneur, a leader driven by a relentless vision, fueled by boundless effort, and carried forward by an endless supply of hope. But beneath that work ethic, many of these same leaders are secretly drowning in anxiety. They dread fundamental business realities, like tax season, because they have no clear view of their own revenue. This chart shows the primary symptom of the crisis. When cash flow is this unpredictable, it forces a business into a state of extreme financial instability. When faced with these spikes and drops, the default reaction is to simply work harder. But raw effort often masks a fatal structural flaw in the business. Effort and hope are catalysts. They are necessary to start a venture, but they are entirely insufficient as an ongoing operational strategy. Relying on these traits alone means operating the business blind. You lose the ability to see what is coming next. Working harder without financial visibility does not save a business. It only accelerates the chaos. Imagine driving aggressively while stuck directly behind a massive semi-truck. Your entire forward view is completely obstructed. Because you can't see the road ahead, you can't anticipate changes. You are forced into panicked, blind lane changes and constant reactionary swerves to avoid a crash. Without the forward visibility of financial forecasting, leaders are forced into this same trap. They prioritize immediate, short-term survival over long-term stability. This short-term thinking has even dismantled Fortune 500 companies. When giant organizations stop looking at projections and start coasting on past success, they eventually face losses in the billions. A lack of foresight traps leaders in a perpetual cycle of reactive decision-making rather than proactive strategy. This pressure takes a heavy mental toll on the leader, leading to chronic stress and costly errors in judgment. This operational anxiety is contagious. A team almost always senses a cash flow crisis long before the leader formally admits it. You see the signs and the silent complaints. Employees start clock watching, rushing out the door the second the day ends, and losing interest in the company's future. A leader's lack of clarity creates an informational vacuum. This destroys synergy and ultimately leads to sudden, expensive employee turnover. Financial blindness systematically destroys the human trust and communication required to keep a business alive. Shifting from chaos to growth requires implementing radical visibility and disciplined operational systems. Consider a tech rollout team that was struggling to keep up. With 20 technicians, they were completing only 20 system upgrades per day. The intervention was simple: daily huddles. The leader made the performance numbers visible and understandable to every technician on the floor. The team rapidly scaled their output from 20 to 200 upgrades a day. They turned invisible individual effort into a trackable, shared metric. Exponential growth is achieved by engineering a predictable rhythm based on transparent, shared data. True revenue clarity starts with the leader. You must know and review your financial and operational numbers on a daily basis. Next, you must bring the team into the process. They need to be active partners in the predictability and the pipeline of the business. Finally, you must commit to the unglamorous work of consistency, maintaining a disciplined daily rhythm. Contrast your current chaotic state with this mathematically grounded approach. Ask yourself, do I have a revenue system, or am I just relying on effort and hope? True stability comes from seeing further, not just working harder.